In the saga of our Carrot Juice outlaw and the Man of the Year, John, we find them in a courtroom once again. This is not your typical day in court, folks. Our outlaw, cornered, spills the beans on her Ponzi scheme before John even gets a chance to open his mouth, but she doesn't stop there. Oh no, she weaves a tall tale, claiming John was in on it, profiting from her shady dealings. Now here's the kicker. She claims she's been the knight in shining armor throughout their marriage, the primary caregiver, the breadwinner. And she has the audacity to demand half of John's business, while grossly undervaluing the marital home she so desperately wants to keep. She talks about a stable environment for their children, as if the past few years of chaos were a mere blip on the radar. As the words spilled from the mouth of our serial liar, John sat, no longer surprised by her audacity. The outlaw continued her plea, her demands growing more outrageous. She wanted the house, more child support, her legal fees paid by John, and even her back taxes covered. All the while she coyly concealed her financial status. The Ponzi scheme loot, tucked away in insurance policies under their children's names. And just when you thought she was done, she demanded her wedding ring back. John, in contrast, only asked for his money invested in the scheme and his personal property. John, the honest man in this circus, tired and wanting an end to this nightmare. He's been dragged through the mud, accused of benefiting from the very scheme that's torn his life apart. All he wants is justice, his money siphoned off to fund this Ponzi scheme, and his personal possessions, nothing more. He's exhausted by the outrageous demands of the outlaw and longs for closure. What will the judge decide? Will the outlaw be in jail by the next court date? Will the judge hand the Ponzi scheme thief over to the police? As we come to a close on this episode, we find ourselves teetering on the brink of revelation. The courtroom echoes with the scandalous accusations of the Carrot Juice outlaw, and our beleaguered hero, John, weathers the storm with the stoic grace of a man who's seen it all. However, the question that hangs heavy in the air is, what will the judge decide? The outlaw's audacious demands have been laid bare. Half of John's business, the marital home, increased child support, her attorney's fees, back-owed tax bills, and even her wedding ring. All of this while conveniently neglecting to reveal her own financial statement. The audacity is breathtaking, isn't it? But that's not all. The Carrot Juice outlaw has shown her true colors. What about that $1.5 million from the Ponzi scheme, cleverly hidden in insurance policies under the children's names? That money, which John, our honest man, wants no part of. He seeks only what is rightfully his, the money she invested in the Ponzi scheme and his personal property. John, our Man of the Year, sits in that courtroom, wearied by the relentless onslaught of deceit and greed. All he wants is an end to this nightmare. But will he find his resolution? Will the scales of justice tip in his favor? And what of the outlaw? Will she be behind bars by the time the gavel falls at the next court session? Will the judge finally hand the Ponzi scheme thief over to the authorities? The suspense is palpable, my dear listeners. The courtroom drama has left us all on the edge of our seats, hasn't it? Alas, the answers to these burning questions will have to wait. The gavel falls once more, marking the end of today's proceedings and the beginning of a tantalizing wait. We will know all this in the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay tuned.